Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm There Goes Rose, and today we are picking my September TBR with my TBR jar. So if you're new here, I do bookish videos, I also do travel and kind of lifestyle vlogs, and I've recently posted a video about my solo camp, so do check that out. But today we're here to talk about books, and specifically my September to be read pile. So I can normally read, on a good month, I'd say 6 books a month, but I think my average is around 3 or 4 at the moment. I am in a bit of a reading slump as well, so I'm hoping this gets me out. This is my first TBR video on camera. Obviously it's video on camera, because video on what? I'm not on the camera. My first TBR I'm doing for YouTube, but I've been doing TBRs for years. I have a whole spreadsheet for what I read in my books. I use the app Storygraph, and I used to use Goodreads, but I play TBR games on YouTube and things like that, and do readathons, which will kind of contribute to what my TBR looks like. But I've made my very own TBR jar. So in this jar there's lots of prompts, and I'm going to start doing this every month. I'm going to pick out full prompts because I think I can just about manage full books this month, and this will determine what I'm going to read. So let's just get on with it. So the first book, or the first prompt for the first book I'm going to read is a book I've previously DNF'd. I don't want this prompt. I'm going to have this prompt though. So this is a book that I've read before, started reading and didn't finish for whatever reason. Okay, I'm going to look on my shelves and then I'll be back. So my dog's having a wash behind, she just joined us. So for a book that I've previously DNF'd, I'm going to choose Radical, A Life of My Own. And this is about the author who's just moved to America. I think she's moved to New York. And it's quite interesting. She uses a word that she's kind of come across, or to summary, or something that's happened recently in life. So this chapter's called Immigration, and then the whole chapter will be about immigration, or have a story to tell from this word, or a recent experience, or just her thoughts and feelings on that word. For example, another one, I've not reached this far yet, is Clouds and Rains. So this will be a chapter to do with clouds and rains, but this is a Chinese idiom to express the sexual joy, wasn't expecting that, between a man and a woman. It was prevalent in the Ming Dynasty classics, for example, the Golden Lotus. That was not what I was expecting from Clouds and Rains, so I just learned something new. So yeah, I didn't hate this book, I just DNF'd it because it was non-fiction, and I think I was leaning more towards a fiction. So not bad, because I would like to pick this back up, and it's been sitting next to my bed for a little while. Okay, second prompt from the TBR jar. We have got 5-star prediction. Obviously a great prompt. Bear with me, I'm going to go choose a book and decide what I'm going to read. The book I've chosen for 5-star prediction is Yellowface. Been getting a lot of hype. Keep saying a lot of people read this. It's described as the #1 global sensation. This is by Rebecca Kuang. I don't know a lot about this. This was an impulse buy. So it's the glamour says it's the book that everyone's talking about. So I'm really expecting it to be a 5-star read. It says, when failed writer June Hayward witnesses her rival Athena Louis die in a freak accident, she sees her opportunity and takes it. I won't carry on reading the rest of the blurb. It's just remind me what it's about though. It's about an author that steals another author's work, and about this character that's now using her work. I have a feeling she becomes quite successful off the work she's stolen. So yeah, because of the hype, I'm expecting this to be a 5-star read. Prompt number 3 out of 4 is Colour Wheel. So I'm going to screen record on my phone, and I'll do it in a minute because I'm actually filming on my phone. And then whatever the colour is, I will choose that colour. I'll try and find a book with that colour, as the main colour of the book. Okay, so I struggled a little bit. I don't have many amber books, so the colour's amber. The book I've chosen is The Jungle Book, which it is a bit more orangey, but it's not as orange, for example. It's not as orange as Really Good, actually. It is a lighter colour. It's the closest I could get to amber. There are amber books, but I've already read them, so Before the Coffee Gets Cold would have been a good choice. But my unread books, this is the closest I can get. I've never read Jungle Book, but when I was a kid, I had 2 films that I used to watch religiously, knew all the words off by heart. One was 101 Dalmatians, and as you guessed it, it was also the Jungle Book. So I'm going to read this. I'm not dead excited for this read. You know, this was a book I bought from a charity shop because I was like, oh, you know, my favourite film from my child. And it's just sat on my shelves for years. So it's quite chunky. It's a lot chunkier than I was expecting. I'm just saying that. It's 300 and something pages, like 15 pages. So it just feels chunkier. But it is a little bit small text. So just open that up on a weird illustration. Will it be like the film? Probably not, because it's a Disney film and I think this is the first story, and I think Jungle Book is actually darker than Disney makes it out to be. But this will be my 3rd book for the Amber prompt, the Jungle Book. Final prompt from my TBR jar. Also, do you like my little space tin? I got it from Tiger. They're not paying me to advertise. I got it years ago, so you won't even be able to get it from there now. Anyway, 4th prompt is... This is an amazing prompt, though. Well, I'll show you what it is. It's Gwen chooses. Such a poser, isn't she? Gwen's just been for a walk, so she's quite tired, but we'll see if we can do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose 3 books that I am looking forward to reading, 3 very different books. I'll try and get a non-fiction on there as well. I'm going to lay them out on the floor and I'm going to pop a treat on each one, and whichever book she goes to first will be the book I read. Okay, Gwen, are you ready to choose my book? We've got Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton, The Burning by Laura Bates, and really good actually by Monica Heasey. Come on then, Gwen. Which one are you going to choose? Which one's you going to go for first? Which one? We're reading Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton. So as you saw, Gwen chose Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton. This is Draco Malfoy, the actor who plays him, and it says the magic and mayhem of growing up a wizard. So obviously they were quite young when they started their films, and then they became young adults towards the end of the films. So this is about his journey as an actor, going through the Harry Potter series, and also growing up and coming of age themselves, as well as coming of age in the films. So yeah, I think it'll be a good read. I'm hoping for some kind of behind the scenes goss maybe, or some extra bits. I've had this book as well since last Christmas, so I should probably get to it. So they're the 4 books I'm reading for my September TBR. In my next video, my October TBR, I will fill you in on how I did and if I read them all. But we've got Tom Felton, Behind the Wand. We've got the Jungle Book for the Amber prompt, which was the wheel spin, so a Rudyard Kipling. We've got Yellowface by Rebecca Kuang, and that was for 5-star predictions, a book I think I'll give 5 stars. For a book I've previously DNF'd, we've got Radical, which is another non-fiction, so 2 non-fictions this month. I might read some other books in between these. I'm wanting to start some autumnal reads. Also in September is when I start watching Gilmore Girls, best autumn show ever. So I might bring a few more autumnal videos if I can. Oh, just to mention, it'd be really cool if you want to suggest some prompts for me, and if you do, I'll put them in here. I'll make them a different colour, and I'll try and choose a prompt from someone else in every video, and I'll put your name on here as well. So if you've got your own YouTube channel, or yeah, I can just give you a shout out, but suggest a prompt for me in the comments below and I'll add them to my jar, and that could be quite a nice way to for you to influence what I read as well throughout the year. I might follow in my dog's footsteps now, and might put my own pyjamas on and snuggle on down as well with this nut job. So thanks, I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you again soon in my next video.